Bunnie XO became more famous after she married Jelly Roll. But even Jelly Roll will tell you, Bunnie had all the money when they met.
My wife was like a super high-end escort when I met.
And the story of how she got to where she is today is truly unbelievable. Bunnie is not only Jelly Roll's wife, but she's also co-parenting his kids. And she isn't afraid to reveal how being a stepmother can be really unglamorous. Bunnie played a huge part in making Jelly Roll a country music superstar. When they met, Jelly Roll was still living in an old high-top van. Jelly Roll loves to talk about meeting Bunnie. He compared her lifestyle to a rock star, while he was nothing more than a dirt poor musician.
And she had like in a penthouse condo and like 2 sports cars.
Jelly Roll first met Bunnie in 2015. He was doing a show at the Las Vegas Country Saloon on Fremont Street in Vegas. Bunnie was there with an ex-boyfriend, and Jelly Roll threw major shade at this guy after meeting him backstage because he knew that Bunnie was getting mistreated by her ex-boyfriend. Jelly Roll and Bunnie shared an instant connection, but Bunnie's side of the story is even crazier, and she has revealed everything. Shockingly, Jelly Roll interviewed Bunnie on her Dumb Blonde podcast a few years ago. They talked about how Bunnie went from being an adult worker in Las Vegas to a high-priced escort, and finally to a rich and successful podcast host who owns a production company. But Jelly Roll made Bunnie nervous when he started talking about one disturbing topic.
I just want to hear about it. I think people do too.
Even though Jelly Roll felt that Bunnie's ex-boyfriend treated her badly, the real truth was even more horrifying, because Bunnie was being physically harmed so badly, it's a wonder she survived it all. Bunnie experienced broken bones and facial fractures. Her ex-boyfriend even crushed her larynx, and Bunnie will never be the same.
I used to be a singer.
After Bunnie escaped her ex-boyfriend, she shocked Jelly Roll by sliding into his DMs. Jelly Roll talked to her about shooting music video content in Vegas, and Bunnie made it happen. Soon, Jelly Roll was living with Bunnie, and eventually they talked about marriage. But since this is Jelly Roll and Bunnie we're talking about, their wedding was far from traditional.
We got married kind of randomly.
Jelly Roll asked Bunnie to marry him when he was on the stage at the Joint in the Las Vegas Hard Rock Hotel. This was at 11 p.m. Jelly Roll told Bunnie he wanted to marry her right there and then. Shockingly, Bunnie thought it was a great idea. She told him that the courthouse was open till midnight. Jelly Roll has since made a crazy confession. He and Bunnie were not sober the night they got married. And shockingly, Jelly Roll has confessed that he sometimes can't believe they made it at all. Although deep down, Jelly Roll has always known the real truth.
She's my best friend, man.
Jelly Roll and Bunnie still get major shade thrown at them. Some people have an issue with their open marriage, but by the way, Bunnie hates when people call it that.
Society is so hard pressed to put a label on our relationship.
Bunnie's idea about marriage and family might not be traditional, but when you hear the real truth about Bunnie's upbringing, you'll probably understand why. Because Bunnie had a terrible childhood. Bunnie's first name is really Alyssa, but Bunnie is her real middle name. Although she was born in Texas, she grew up in Las Vegas, and her home life was not suitable for a child. Bunnie never really knew her mom. Shockingly, her mom was also an adult entertainer, and Bunnie's dad, Bill, was a musician who had a drinking problem. Bunnie lived that way until she was 12 years old, and shockingly, everything changed, but not for the better. Unbelievably, Bill became a religious fanatic. Bunnie also had a stepmom, but unlike Bunnie's close relationship with Jelly Roll's kids, her stepmom was awful, and Bunnie suffered from verbal and physical harm by her father's wife. Bunnie went from living in a den of sin to being trapped in a house with no music or TV above a G rating. It was too much for a preteen, and Bunnie got into problems at school. One day, 3 other girls jumped Bunnie. She got hurt in the fight, and her father stepped in, but you'll be shocked by her father's idea of protecting her. Bunnie's dad wanted her to learn how to fight, so she would never lose a fight again. He eventually taught her to tussle. Unfortunately, that didn't fix anything. At the age of 14, Bunnie couldn't take life at home anymore. She ran away, and she never returned to Bill's house. For 4 long years, Bunnie struggled to survive as a waitress. While the friends she'd made in Vegas became exotic dancers by the time they turned 18, Bunnie still didn't give in, until a guy betrayed her. She found out that her boyfriend cheated on her with an exotic dancer, so Bunnie got mad, and she decided to get even by becoming a dancer herself. But that wasn't enough for Bunnie. Although she made more money dancing, or as a call girl, the work was often dangerous, and Bunnie had to go to great lengths to protect herself. Finally, she decided to work for herself, and ran her business as a high-class escort. Later, Bunnie admitted on her podcast that business was good. She had diamonds bought for her, as well as those fancy cars that impressed Jelly Roll so much. You won't believe this. One sugar daddy once gave Bunnie $500,000, but Bunnie always treated it like a business. That's the rich woman who Jelly Roll met in 2015. Although her life might sound glamorous, Bunnie wanted love, and she was still going through a nightmare with that ex-boyfriend. I'm glad that Bunnie found love with Jelly Roll. She really has been through it, but she still has a great sense of humor. After she got together with Jelly Roll, Bunnie heard all the shade being thrown at her. People called her a gold digger, and Bunnie shot down those crazy rumors in a shocking way.
Well, I mean, every gold digger's dream is to marry somebody famous, right?
She used her business skills to create a production company, sell merchandise, and most of all, start her Dumb Blonde podcast in 2019. And you won't believe why Bunnie wanted to succeed. she didn't just want to be Jelly Roll's wife, and Bunnie was finally able to leave the adult industry behind. She should be proud of everything she's done. She's also proven her courage. Bunnie is not afraid to discuss her weaknesses either. When Jelly Roll interviewed Bunnie on her podcast, she revealed her battle with anxiety.
You know, I have severe anxieties.
And shockingly, Bunnie confessed how nervous and awkward she gets during interviews. I love how honest and refreshing Bunnie is. And she was just as honest during a sad moment in her relationship with Jelly Roll. Her shocking video was called The Breakup Vlog, and it was painful to watch. Bunnie cried and revealed that she and Jelly Roll were breaking up. Although the video started with a clip from June 2018, when Jelly Roll and Bunnie still looked so happy and in love. Shockingly, Bunnie didn't want to reveal her side of the story.
I'm not going to talk about why we separated.
But she was honest when she admitted she couldn't sleep or even shave her armpits. Bunnie had to pause to wipe her tears, although she showed her courage when she said, "This too shall pass." And thankfully, it did pass. Jelly Roll and Bunnie got back together shortly after that. Since then, she's been by his side during his big wins at country music award shows.
Man, I want to thank my beautiful wife, Miss Bunnie D. Ford.
Nowadays, Bunnie and Jelly Roll look stronger and more in love than ever. And shockingly, Bunnie has also become closer to another man from her past. She's made amends with her father, Bill, and he's even appeared on her podcast. It's good that Bunnie has become reacquainted with her dad, and she's close to the moms of Jelly Roll's kids too. Bunnie is pretty inspiring, and it'll be fun to see what she accomplishes next. But what do you guys think? Did you know about Bunnie's shocking past? She survived so much. What do you think about her podcast and videos? Let me know in the comments below.